Welcome to Real Estate in Ottawa. Yeah, once again with Perhar Team. I am your host, Jagdeep Perhar, and I have with me one of our realtors, expert in the commercial division, Mr. Manu Sharma.
Thank you, Jagdeep Paji. It's really nice to be here with him today because these are early days for me, and I'm going to be in a very important conversation with him, which is about things that first-time home buyers should be cognizant of. So, Paji, are you ready for a conversation?
Absolutely. I am doing this for the last 20 years, and this is the bread and butter, and I can do this in my sleep.
Amazing. So, just for context, I've known him for those 20 years, and the only thing that I've not done with him when it came to real estate was unfortunately get my own house when I got it. If it was with him, I think I would have made the decisions quite differently. So, Paddy, let's talk about that today.
Okay.
So, somebody is looking for their first house in Ottawa, and if you had a few pieces of advice, and let's go through them one at a time, what would be those pieces of advice? What would you start with? What's the one first thing that folks should be aware of?
Well, when somebody who's a first-time home buyer, when he is looking to buy a house, the biggest accomplishment a realtor can do is advise, educate the person who's a first time home buyer who does not know much about real estate, but not as much as the realtor does, but he has X number of years of experience, is clarify the doubts, go through the process, how it goes through, what is the basic steps the person should take. For example, we need to understand what is the right neighborhood the person should be buying the house. Or before even that, should the person be buying the house or not? How is the financials? Does the person have enough down payment? Is the person's job is stable? And how much is the person's mortgage is qualified for? What kind of house in that mortgage the person can afford? Those things can lead to different steps. For the first time home buyers, once I know the person is qualified for a type of house or a dollar value, then we can talk about in that particular dollar value what kind of house a person can afford. That person, because a first time home buyer, what kind of government programs are there to incentivize the first time home buyers, where he can pick up the money for down payment, he can pick up the money from the RRSP if he has kept the money enough time in the RRSP. When he is buying the house, does he have the team of professionals, or you are introducing the team of professionals? Team of professionals means you need to have a lawyer to close the deal, you need to have a building inspector to close the deal, you need to have a mortgage professional, you have an insurance professional. If you are going for investment property, you might have an accountant also as part of the team, because when you're buying an investment property, then you are opening a new business where you are investing your hard-earned money, and the money is expected to generate income in the future. When you are buying a house for yourself, it need to create, it is your safety net, it is your kingdom where you are buying, and you need to feel very comfortable living in that place. Plus it need to help you do your day-to-day business, going to work. If you are married, how your spouse's place of work. If you have married with the kids, how about the schools? All these things need to be taken care into account before you come to a house. Okay, now let's go start seeing the houses. People should not just the one day they wake up and they want to buy the house, next day they're seeing houses. I think there's a fundamental issue with the approach, because now you like a house in a neighborhood which you don't want, in a price range which you don't want, and that does not meet your basic needs, and you may end up in a very nice house but not effective, not helpful.
And Paji, I can relate to that a lot. I think you're setting yourself up for a lot of disappointments if you do not have a proper strategy, if you do not have
Absolutely.
clarity
Yes.
on it. I've seen people who either fell in love with a house that was beyond their means,
Yes.
ended up buying it, then having a very difficult time. But I've also seen the flip side because they didn't have a sense of what they are eligible for from a funding point of view. They ended up not buying a house in the right place for the right effective reality that they have. So, how does one establish that? Like, what's the first step to getting a sense of? Do you go to your bank? Do you go to a professional? Or do you talk to somebody like us who introduces you to somebody?
Well, that's exactly what I said, that you need to have a team of professionals looking for you, and a realtor can act like a salesman and just sell you a place, or can act like a real estate advisor who can sit with you, put himself or herself into your shoes as a home buyer, and and work with you to create a plan, create a strategy how to proceed further.
So the bottom line is if you are looking to get into that mind frame to start looking for your first house, your natural first step should be to start looking for a professional team, a team that you can pull together with the help of a real estate professional that is going to walk you through that process, be with you every stage of the process, and actually help you with those core decisions that do not just intuitively come to you. Like there is both an art and a science to the real estate profession, and it is professionals with 20 plus years of experience that you need by your side when you're making the most expensive decision of your life.
You're absolutely right, Manu, because when somebody is buying a house, it doesn't matter the first house, second house, the tenth house for their own living. This is one of the biggest, most expensive purchase they are doing in their lifetime. And I believe a proper professional can really help navigate this. And my team, I am doing this for 20 plus years now, actually 20 years in the next 2 weeks. And I have helped so many people, and you are not only buying a house with them, you are looking at a lifelong relationship with that individual because you are helping them achieve something which they have never done before.
So I think we've landed where what the next step should be. And probably one thing that always blows my mind uh, is people would go to a new restaurant where they're going to spend 40, 50, $100 and talk to 10 people, look up 10 references. But
Yes.
when it comes to buying a house or selling a house, they tend to go to their best friends to ask them for input instead of going for professionals. Now, if a professional is your best friend,
That's a different topic.
that's a different topic. But you should be looking to go to a professional.
Absolutely. The important thing is that this is your biggest purchase of lifetime up to today. Today you are a first time home buyer, you're looking at 500,000 house. 5 years down the road, you're buying your single house, maybe $1 million, then maybe $2 million house or more. But whenever you're buying a house, that probably is your most expensive purchase. And if you're doing a most expensive purchase, you need to have somebody who's with you by your side, thinking about you and helping you make the right decision. My team is available, ready. If you are ready, let's talk.
How do people get in touch with you?
Well, I can be found out anywhere on the social media now, and but for your easy reference, my phone number is 613-720-4518. I have a team of professionals working just to assist the clients of Perhar Team. And if you go to my website www.perhar.ca, you can find all the details of all the team members there.
Perfect, Pali. This is awesome. We're going to check out this video, but please know that there are more coming your way. And again, first step to a real estate transaction is to find a team that's going to work for you selflessly and looking out for your interest singularly. Thank you, Paji.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.